Here's an automation clip for filter resonance. Let's double click it, and you can see the nodes in the automation clip. Under Preferences on the General tab, there's something called Automation Cleanup, and that determines how often Reason will create a node when you're writing or recording automation. Let's set it to minimum, and watch what happens when I draw in some automation. I'll use my pencil tool, and I'll just draw a line from the bottom left to the top right. And when I let go, you'll see that Reason has created many nodes along that path. Now I'm going to duplicate that clip just so we can compare. And let's change our automation cleanup preference from minimum to maximum. And I'm going to do the exact same thing with the second clip. Drag from the left to the right, and it reduced the entire automation path to 2 nodes. Let's draw in another one. Again, my preference is maximum. Look how few nodes were put in there, just a couple. If I go back and set it to, let's say, minimum or normal, and then I draw a path, once again, more nodes will be entered. So you can determine how precise the automation is by setting your automation cleanup preference. Now you can change automation cleanup on the fly. Let me draw in a lot of nodes with my snapping grid turned off, and then I will select those nodes and bring up my Tools window, F8, and from the Automation Cleanup section, I will say to change that area that I've selected to Maximum Automation Cleanup. And when I apply, you'll see it reduced the number of nodes. Not by a lot, but by a little. Of course, you can't go backwards. If you've thinned out automation, you can't then add it back in. Let me do another quick example. I'll change my preference from normal back to minimum. So it's going to give me the most nodes when I draw in automation. And let's draw in a lot of automation here. And it's very, very precise. Now, if I select all of that automation and change the automation cleanup to maximum and apply, you can see it reduced it down to just a few nodes. So you can see automation cleanup has smoothed out all of these paths, and this will work whether the automation has been drawn in like I did or recorded in real time. So remember, we can do automation cleanup globally by setting the automation cleanup parameter on our general preferences page, or we can select specific nodes and change it on the fly using the automation cleanup section of our tool window.